La 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 la. Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you wanna start something new, and it's breaking my heart you're leaving. Baby, I'm grieving, but if you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you have a lot of nice things to wear, but then a lot of nice things turn bad out there.
Donald Trump. The Epstein file. They brought me back. Be the president. Cause Donald Trump, Epstein, in the Epstein file. Donald Trump in the Epstein files. They made me president. Made me president again. I'm gonna make Bob Buster's bar. I'm gonna fly Ball Buster. I'm gonna fly to Ball Buster and talk to SpongeBob.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come on, fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. In Lama,
Come on, come on, I'm gonna bomb Tennessee. I'm here at Bob Buster. I'm here at Bob Buster Bar and Grill. I'm gonna buy a burger. I'm gonna buy a bacon cheeseburger at Bob Buster. That was a good burger. Everybody come Ball Butter. Everybody come to Ball Butter Bar Buster. Ball Buster Bar and Grill. Come on, I wanna go get ice cream now. I wanna go get ice cream.